This one is for my lovely mystics. And so I want to share as a 5D mystic the beauty of our oversoul. One, we don't have saga or drama with our twin flame or flames, and we don't call them karmics or divine counterparts or need any of labeling for when it comes to love, because when you're an inner adult, that is where there's a secure attachment. And so safe haven and secure base, you're able to regulate your nervous system and you're able to follow your own interests. And so you involve people in your life with it. That's why, again, we don't have a saga. And also for some of us, when it comes to relationships, we are into polyamory, because loving more than one person is actually not a crime. As soon as you actually move into knowing of your oversoul and the different relationships that you have with your twin flame or flames and soulmates, you're going to feel quite, what's the word? So there's no one like you, because a 5D mystic is, again, an inner adult, and that means I'm going to be myself, you're going to be yourself. There's this knowing that you can't be replaced. It's called healthy self-worth, but it's also called nobody has your body, your name, your implicit memory, your story, your data, none of it. So how would I ever equate there's more or less? But that's because an inner adult knows that love, it's from our ventral vagal state. So the soothe system, when you're navigating with healthy self-worth, you're not in relationships to extract a secure attachment figure, which is the 0-1-year-old of all of those who instead do need inner guidance as they work through what is most likely the number one, panic attachment. So there's a thing that's called when you're going to lose, even if it's only an emotional threat. So it's not a physical threat. And that's from my Poly Secure book, but it's attachment panic, primal attachment panic. So when you lose a secure attachment figure, you can have this type of primal attachment panic, which can equate a meltdown as well as a panic attack. And that's something that I was describing to a person who actually did lose a partner, and they're monoamory, but they lost a partner and they had this panic attack. I said, you know what this is? I just read about it, and let me share with you, because I suffer of actual panic attacks, meaning consistently, while this person had only one, and it was in this instance where they were being reminded of having lost, physically speaking, their actual partner for life. So it was a primal attachment panic, because that's your nervous system in distress. Okay, so on that note, when you have the 4D mystics, they're guiding the 4D people who don't have a window of welcome with their nervous system. So they don't know how to do the, I'm going to soothe myself in the most uncomfortable of emotional plane. It's not a race. It's just some of us can, some don't. And that's where you will know your body, because you'll know how you handle when emotions arise. And on that note, it's actually quite different for 5D mystics. And that's because, yes, I do know. Now I know what the word is, but I did not feel like my friend who described how they felt. No, my panic attacks were when my energy body was expanding. And if there's any other relationship to it, it's the freeze charge state of all ages, because I'm definitely highly sensitive. And as a kid, like an infant, my mother describes to me certain scenarios. I'm like, yeah, pretty sure I was pretty like freaking out inside. So I'm sure that that needed to come out, because that's how trauma memory works. It organically comes out, when we have ascension energies. That's what, as a mystic 5D, I noticed. The 4D missed out on that. They think we're in some spiritual warfare because, again, they're running with teenager land. So on that note, though, I wanted to share something special besides a little bit of chit chat on one, polyamory and monoamory. So some people, they love more than one person, and particularly those who have the capacity to tap into their oversoul. It's because once you know where you've been, where you're going with some, and just in general, there's a feeling, yeah, it's beautiful. So it's different than those who I talk to who are polyamory for just being functional adults. And of course, the more secure attachment you are, the better, because you have direct communication with your partners instead of doing what I've seen others do, which is not even bother trying to share with their partners that they are polyamory, and they completely disengage from that without having tried. And the excuse is, I'm afraid to hurt their feelings, which is a cop-out excuse. It's, I'm afraid they will reject me because I'm polyamory and they're not. That would be the more direct conversation they could have with themselves, which would allow them to at least take emotional accountability, so the day that they get interested in somebody else, they can not feel that they suppressed a part of how they are. Because that's what happens when people don't share with somebody out of fear that they will not be accepted who they are. So 5D mystics, we don't hide who we are, which is why our twin flame and flames don't have a saga, because we're direct communicators. And so we actually do what's called emotional mature conversations, direct communication, and when things are decided, they're decided and accepted. So we don't pout and get upset and project. Let's say we're having a primal attachment panic. We don't be like, you are choosing the wrong path and let me come blame you. No. Or you're manipulating me. I'm going to. No, we don't do any of that, because we have meta awareness, meaning what's coming up. Well, of course I'm upset. A person that I'm really, really into, we can use that term, is not wanting me back. Do you think that's going to be like, yeah? So, but on that note, we're not like, we're not that either. So that's just trying to be clear. So anyways, let me get back here. So long story short, the mono-secure people or poly-secure people don't have a meltdown when they are actually in the presence of other adults who are saying, you know what, you're not my thing. We might be like really upset, but we won't be like, now you're a demon to me, and I need somebody to tell me how to get through these stages. I don't even know how they came up with the obsessive thinking personally, but oh wait, I do know. I forgot rumination. So yes, I need to reiterate, a 5D mystic doesn't do that, because we have meta awareness, and we do the inner growth mindset because we know mindset is everything. So emotionally speaking, we have the ability to handle what implicit stuff comes up from our 0-1-year-old, our 3-year-old, our teen, all of it, not throw it at another human being because they're not doing what we like, because we want to love them forever and they don't. For example, we still love them forever. We just don't have to be actual partners, and we don't have to pout about it. Okay, so as I continue to try to share with you these beautiful artisan cards, this one was chosen by my lovely family member. It's 2811. I know it looks like a 5, but it's a 2. And it's to unite and to welcome. And it's a home. And that's because I like to unite and welcome, as she knows, and I love coffee. And so the beautiful tarot, that's one of the favorite tools and energetic experiences that we mystics get to, some of us, tarot readers. It's a limited edition, and it was made by a company that's Italian, so I'm not really sure you all will be able to find it, but this way. And I don't remember the name of the artist, unfortunately. I forget. I think their company might be the graphic design. Yes, okay, meditative cards. I think that's the name of their company. So the person who made the design, and then the graphic designer is APB. And anyways, they're really beautiful energetically, symbolically, the color, let me share with you. And so yeah, if you're curious, I don't think they're going to be making any more of them, but if I ever find out, I'll make sure to let you all in. Look at this. This is beautiful. So the first one was the party. This one's the truth. And then we have alchemy. So alchemy is really nice as well. And on that note, if you have any questions for 5D mystic plane, which is unconditional love, we are Purusha, Prakriti, pure consciousness, pure energy. It's integration of the brain. It's a restored embodied self, a whole 3-year-old heart. So we are able to tap into, in a certain way, the lovely sphere of consciousness. It's not more special. It's just, inner adults chit-chatting. And yes, there's nudges from the sphere of consciousness, but we treat it very lightly because you are a leader of you, and we support each other to get to that wholeness together. It's called healing trauma for real and loving each other as humans.